Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Middlesex County Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. We are really excited you are here. My name is Catherine, and I will be your facilitator for this session. Before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping items to note. First, your camera and microphone are off. You are muted and your video is off. The panelists can't see or hear you. If you have any questions at all, feel free to use the Q&A button towards the bottom of your screen to type in your questions to the presenters at any time. They are here, ready and available to answer your questions. And lastly, all sessions are being recorded, including this one, and will be available at strivescan.com/Middlesex. We are currently in session C1, where my mouse is circling, and this is also the same order of presentations. So without further ado, I'll get out of the way and kick it off to our very first representative from the University of Toronto.
Thank you so much, Catherine. I'm just going to share my screen. Nope. Sorry, 1 second. All right. So hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Maria, and I am one of the recruitment officers at the University of Toronto. To keep this short and sweet, I will provide you with an overview of the University of Toronto using 3 key takeaways. Not only are we Canada's #1 university, we're a network of unique communities right in the heart of a dynamic and diverse city. And our students can mix and match their programs and experiences to build personalized degrees. So as I mentioned, the University of Toronto is Canada's #1 university and our flagship university for research and discovery. We have an incredible reputation for academic strength, leadership in every discipline, and the cutting edge work that we do in the lab, the studios, and in the field. So it's no wonder then that we're not just Canada's top university, we are among the world's top universities as well. And when you graduate from the University of Toronto, you can take your degree anywhere. It is highly portable, and you can be sure that any employer will be impressed. U of T degree is a globally recognized mark of quality and versatility, and a big part of why we have alumni living and working in over 190 countries. We're also recognized for our legacy and discovery, as well as innovation. A lot of people know that insulin was discovered at U of T, but so was stem cell research, the world's first nerve transplant, the world's first electronic pacemaker, and the world's first treatment for Hodgkin's lymphoma. And these are just a few examples of the many contributions U of T has made. We've also produced Oscar winners, Olympic champions, Nobel laureates, prime ministers, and best-selling authors like Malcolm Gladwell and Margaret Atwood. Now, when you live in the Greater Toronto Area, you live just steps away from hundreds of vibrant communities and neighborhoods, each with its own distinct character and flavor. The BBC has once ranked us the world's most diverse city, and while there are a lot of contenders, we're definitely up there. In fact, half of Toronto's population was born outside of Canada and speaks languages other than English. And the city is safe, clean, very welcoming, very tolerant. And if you're a foodie, you definitely enjoy the food scene here in Toronto. And not only are our campuses nestled in Canada's economic heartland, we're just a stone's throw from world-class museums, restaurants, open-air markets, parks, galleries, street festivals, and live music for every mood. Now, our central location has made us Canada's largest university with nearly 200 academic departments and institutes and 10,000 courses, which is the country's largest selection. So our students definitely do have an advantage of choice. And one of the first choices they'd be making is where they'd like to study, because we have 3 campuses that are all located within the Greater Toronto Area that all offer the same quality education, but might differ in terms of their unique environment or some unique features. So it is more of a matter of personality and fit. Each of our campuses also are home to a wide range of student services open to every student, everything from academic success centers, writing and math aid centers, career centers, multi-faith centers, accessibility services, and international student services. Again, all of these services are available to all of our students at all of our campuses. And the third takeaway was that our students can mix and match their programs with certificates and co-curricular activities to build a university experience that captures their unique passion and personality. In terms of what you can study, we have 5 distinct learning communities for you to choose from, everything from our Faculty of Arts and Science, which includes business, to engineering, architectural and visual studies, kinesiology, and music. The nice thing also is that you don't need to determine which area you'd like to go into right away or even on the application. All of our students have 1 year to really figure out what it is they're passionate about before selecting their majors or minors at the end of their first year. With over 700 undergraduate program options, there's really no shortage of opportunities, and we offer the best selection of programs in Canada. You can also customize your degree through your co-curricular record, which is a great way to apply what you learn in the classroom to the real world setting. Everything from paid work placements through co-ops and internship opportunities, as well as research programs. We also offer formal exchange programs with over 140 partner institutions in 40 different countries. So if Canada is not international enough for you, there's always an opportunity to travel abroad and take courses that will count towards your degree. And again, as Canada's largest university, you can get involved in any of 1,000 student clubs, 44 varsity blues teams, and our intramural sports program, which features 11,000 student athletes, which is the largest number of participants amongst Canadian universities. As for the application process, it is completed in 2 steps. Firstly, we are not on the Common Application, but we do have our own application that is a very simple questionnaire, which doesn't take longer than 15 minutes to complete. It's just basically a biographical application. The second step would be to upload your documents, which would include your high school transcript and self-report your junior and any available senior year grades. As for scholarships, all of our applicants are automatically considered for our merit-based scholarships. And the only scholarship that requires a separate application is our Lester B. Pearson International Scholarship, which is our most prestigious scholarship at the university. It does require a nomination by your guidance department and then a separate application by the student themselves. This scholarship is valued at a full ride, so all 4 years of tuition, housing, and meals will be available to you, plus additional opportunities for mentorship, employment, and many other opportunities as well. You can check out Award Explorer. It's a really helpful tool that allows you to filter certain criteria, and then it'll pull up all the scholarships that you qualify for with specific eligibility criteria and the value for each one as well. And I'll leave you with that and some contact information. You can visit future.utoronto.ca for complete details on all of our programs, as well as our admission requirements, and you can book a virtual campus tour, although we have resumed in-person tours as well as of last week. Discover.utoronto.ca is a great site to check out more web chats and webcasts, links to our virtual open houses that are coming up as well. And my contact information is here as well. So if you'd like to email me, you can do that. I'm also hosting that's my timer. I'm also hosting a virtual presentation for students in the tri-state area on Tuesday, October 19th at 7 p.m. So if you're interested in that, I can happily send you a registration for that as well. Thank you so much.
Awesome, thank you. The next representative is from Rutgers University, New Brunswick.
All righty, thank you for having me today. My name is Israel Cevallos. I'm one of the admissions representatives of Rutgers University, New Brunswick. So excited to be here. Middlesex County, we're in it, so you probably know about Rutgers, so I'm going to tell you more about it. All right, so Rutgers University, New Brunswick, we're considered the flagship campus. You probably know we have other campuses, one in Newark, New Jersey, one in Camden, but we're the flagship campus. We're actually the largest one as well. Very conveniently, strategically located, 45 minutes from New York City, 90 minutes from Philadelphia. We have a train station right on our campus, so students can travel fairly easily to these major cities. Now, within the New Brunswick campus, we have smaller campuses listed here: Livingston, Bush, College Avenue, downtown New Brunswick, Douglas, and Cook. And all of these are very unique in their ways. I was a student at Rutgers. I majored in psychology and I minored in biological sciences. So a lot of my time was spent on Livingston and Bush. But if you're doing the fine arts, you might be down in downtown New Brunswick. If you're doing animal sciences, you might find yourself on the Cook campus. So really depending on what major you do, you'll be kind of located at these different campuses. And they're really special, really unique. They're really also self-sustaining. Each campus has its own dining hall, has its own residence halls and gyms as well. So you can really do everything on just one campus, or you can, travel to the other ones as well. For more information, I really encourage you to go to explorerutgers.com, where students actually dive deeper into these different smaller campuses at the New Brunswick campus. And I really recommend that you visit that website. Now let's talk a little bit about student life. So Rutgers is a pretty big university. We have 37,000 undergraduate students. We were actually named the most diverse school in the Big Ten Conference. We're very proud of that. About 20% of our populations from out of state or international. So that means a majority of our students are coming from the state of New Jersey. Moving down here, 27% first generation, 23% underrepresented minorities. And again, we're so proud of those numbers, and we're looking to always increase that in the coming years. We are also NCAA Division I sports. You probably know about football, basketball. We're really, really known for that. And D1 is our affiliation. We also offer fraternities and sororities as well for students looking to get involved in those kind of things. We also have philanthropic opportunities like the Rutgers Dance Marathon, where we actually raise millions of dollars to help the local community. And it's pretty much a fun event where you just dance the entire night with your friends, and it's just a great time. And you actually also raise money and help the community. And here are some other ones listed as well, like Big Buddy and Rutgers Against Hunger. Now, here are some of our notable and popular majors. So biology, business, our 6-year PharmD program. So this is actually a doctorate you get in pharmacy. We have direct entry nursing. We also have our BS and DPT program, which is our physical therapy joint program, animal science, theater arts, and then our education is actually a 5-year program. So you get your bachelor's and your master's in 5 years, along with your teacher certification. Now moving along here, so we have many schools to apply to. One thing I want to note is on your one Rutgers application, you can apply to up to 3 schools. So you don't have to send in separate applications for the different schools. One application, you can list 3 of these first-year schools. So just kind of moving through these: School of Arts and Sciences, a lot of our humanities, languages, and sciences are in there. We have, like I mentioned, School of Pharmacy, 6-year program. School of Engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, aerospace engineering is a new one that we kind of brought on recently. Rutgers Business School, accounting, finance. One of the more popular majors now is business analytics and information technology. A lot of students are signing up for that one as well. And then these last 3 here: Mason Gross School of the Arts, conservatory style program, you fine arts, theater, music, whatever you'd like in that program. Then we also have a School of Environmental and Biological Sciences. So this is for like students who want to, study more in the environmental context, animal science, and students that are looking for pre-vet as well. Then we also have the School of Nursing. And then below, these are the upper division schools that you can apply to after your first year at Rutgers. You would first start at the School of Arts and Sciences and then apply to those upper division schools when you are already a Rutgers student. Now, how to apply? Just really straightforward. We have our own Rutgers application or coalition application. We're not in the Common App. So those are 2 ways to apply. Then we're going to ask you to submit a self-reported academic record. We call it the SAR for short, for our first-year students, and also SAT or ACT. So right now, for seniors, we're test optional. So for juniors, for upcoming cycles, we still haven't decided if we're going to be test optional, but for seniors applying this year, we are test optional. Again, the SAT, ACT is not required. And then lastly here, you have to pay the $70 application fee. And once you do all that, you should be good. The website's listed there to start your application. As far as application due dates, so November 1st is our first year early action, and then December 1st is our first year regular decision. Now, the only difference between those two is early action, you just hear back faster from the university. So make sure you apply by the deadline and submit all your supplemental items on those due dates as well. Then for scholarships and financial aid, more than 75% of our students receive some form of aid. So a lot of our students are getting some type of help from the university or from the federal government. Make sure you apply by December 1st, though, for merit-based scholarships and financial aid. And please follow that FAFSA before December 1st as well to be eligible. And then lastly, if you have any questions here, this is my contact information, and you can definitely, visit us. We're open right now if you want to come to campus and tour. It's a great time for our students. All right, thank you.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. Just a friendly reminder that if anyone has any questions, to feel free to submit those questions using the Q&A button towards the bottom of your screen. Any questions at all, our representatives are here and available to assist. The next representative is from Temple University.
Good afternoon. My name is Grace Selena Green. I am an admissions counselor here at Temple University in the beautiful historic city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Welcome, everybody. It's so good to see everybody. I'm going to share your screen and tell you a little bit about Temple University. So please bear with me. I hope that you can all see my screen. This is telling you a little bit about Temple. Temple University was founded in 1884. We were first founded as a night school. And that is why we're called the Temple Owls, because the people in the neighborhood used to call the gentlemen that were going to the night school in 1884 the Night Owls. Hence, that's why we're the Temple Owls. We are located in the city of Philadelphia. It is the nation's 6th largest city. And we're also Philadelphia's only public university. We are an R1 Carnegie classification research school. And what this means to you is that we have researchers coming from all over the world to do research in this fine institution of Temple University, as well as adjunct professors who are not only teaching our classes, but they work in the fields that they're actually teaching, which I think is something that is fantastic. At the moment, we have over 27,000 undergrad students. I know that seems like a lot, but the benefits of Temple is that you are at a big school with very small school benefits. One of those great benefits is our 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. What this means is that for every 13 students, we have 1 faculty member to represent them. We have over 150 academic majors, 17 school and colleges, including 5 professional schools, meaning that 12 of those schools are for our undergraduate students. We have over 300 clubs. And as a student, you are more than welcome to start your own. All you really need is 8 people. We are an NCAA Division I sports team. As you all know, our football team plays over at the Lincoln Financial Field, where our Eagles play. All students have access to all our sports, and you are able to go for free. So if you want to be part of that wonderful school spirit, you're more than welcome to. There's even shuttles that take you down to the football field for you to watch the games. We are I wanted to show you really quick we are test optional, which is, I think it's fantastic. And we have been test optional for the past 6 years. It's not just because of COVID. This means that you may or may not submit your SAT scores. That is completely up to you. It will not make or break your application. We are also Common App exclusive. So you do not need a separate application to apply to Temple University. I do want to tell you really quick about the deadlines because I think those are very important, and one of them is coming up. As a student, you can decide which way you want to apply. One of the ways to apply is to apply early action. That is due on November 1st. I personally always advise students that I'd rather receive an application that is complete and that it's well done rather than a hurried one. So for those that feel that November 1st is much too soon, we also have regular decision, and that is February 1st. If you, for all applications, whether you apply early action or regular decision, all applications are reviewed for our merit scholarships. These scholarships go anywhere from $1,000 to full tuition. We also review all applications for our wonderful honors program. The advantage of Temple's honors program is that you get to live, if you would like, amongst other honors students in our honors dorm. and that your classes would be much smaller and they are discussion based. Again, all applications are reviewed for merit scholarships and for the honors program at Temple University. We also have a program for our accelerated students that are interested in our accelerated programs. It's called a 4-in-1, which I really like to talk about. I find it an incredible opportunity for students. This is an opportunity for you to receive your bachelor's degree in 4 years and stay with us an extra year to receive your master's degree. And that goes for most of the majors at the university. This is something that you would apply as a student. So what I want you to take away from this presentation is that we are Common App exclusive and we are also test optional. Our average high school GPA for the upcoming class that we just had is a 3.46. For those that did submit their score, we had an average SAT score of 1237 and an average ACT score of 29. Excuse for the noise that just happened. So please, we are located in one of the most vibrant cities, a city that is full of culture. It is very diverse, pretty wonderful city to come and visit. So I encourage all of you, yes, we are completely open. I encourage everybody to come and visit us. We are having campus tours Monday through Friday at 12 and at 4 p.m. Please come and visit us. We are open. We're also having virtual tours every Thursday. I do a virtual session at 5 p.m. and all you have to do is go to temple.edu and sign up for those. If you have any questions regarding the admissions process, about Temple University, please reach out to me. I am the admissions counselor for the state of New Jersey. So all of you that are in Jersey, please feel free to send me an email. I'm also available on One's Hub through the Temple app. To the Temple website, you'll be able to find me, and that way you're able to schedule an appointment with me and we can chat virtually if you would like to. I appreciate your time and I look forward to hearing from you, and good luck. My advice to all the seniors is to enjoy your senior year. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Great information. The next representative is from the University of Vermont.
Hello, everybody. So happy to be here. Thrilled to see so many participants. Thrilled to be able to present alongside such awesome schools. And happy I can get to talk a little bit about what's going on up here in Vermont. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. Got a little quick video to start things off with. Some sound incoming, or I'm going to skip it since for the sake of time, we'll get right on into it. Just to talk about UVM. So we're up here in northwestern Vermont, right on Lake Champlain. Our school is kind of a mix of kind of some paradoxical qualities. So we're definitely an old school, 230 years old right now. Definitely has that old New England school kind of vibe. You can see a little bit behind me in the picture. Definitely feels old in a lot of places, historic, but also very new. You know, in the places where it really counts, like labs, dining halls, dorms, the programming that we have, we're really updating our curricula, trying to constantly innovate so that you're learning things that are going to really make big differences in when you're graduating into the modern world. And then big and small, we're definitely in between. We're a mid-sized university. So while we are a public university, smaller than your typical one, we're at about 10,000 students, but still bigger than your typical liberal arts college. Cool for a lot of reasons that I'll kind of talk about. But it feels like kind of a Goldilocks zone where you have the choices and the resources of a larger school if you're looking for that, but you're not sacrificing too much of that community feel. And that goes for our town as well. So our hometown is Burlington, Vermont. Really, really lovely hometown that I'll definitely talk about a little more, but it's about 50,000 people. So also kind of a mid-sized city, definitely small in my eyes, having grown up in a slightly larger place, but it offers a lot of the urban qualities with like great internship opportunities, cool food scene, awesome music scene also, but it's also really open. We're in a really unique spot right there in nature where we have Lake Champlain right down the hill, Green Mountains in our backyard, really, really right there in nature, Vermont all around us. So it's a really cool spot to be living while you're studying. And like I said, 10,000 undergrads, right in the middle size-wise. I think one really unique thing about us is that we have almost 3/4 of our students coming from out of state. So Vermont, of course, is a really small place. There's not that many Vermonters to begin with. So having so many students come from out of state, there's definitely this sense of ownership and excitement that students are bringing to campus. Definitely feels like Vermont is a destination more than a default. And it definitely is a spot where while we're a big school and we are broken down into 7 schools and colleges, you can see those in the bottom left, you're not restricted or limited to just taking courses within that school or college. So if you're in the engineering school, you can still take English courses. We really do kind of encourage that sort of exploration, especially in the first year, just because so many students stumble upon something that they find out they really like. We do also offer an honors college, and that's kind of a way to add a degree of academic rigor and challenge to your time here at UVM. It's always the professors, wherever you end up going, that are really guiding you, leading you through the academic journey. We're really happy with to have such a really great group of faculty. We really look for 2 things when we're hiring. We're of course looking for really good researchers, scholars, academics. We are a research institution, but we also hire people who really love to teach. That's important to us. Just from the numbers standpoint, 98% of the courses here are taught by those full-time faculty as opposed to a teaching assistant or a grad student. We really do want that close teacher-student connection. And another kind of hallmark of UVM is that we're a land-grant university. So that designation means that we're really trying to make contributions to the health of our societies. So whether that's students working on the research farms throughout the state or doing research on we have a floating research lab right on Lake Champlain doing soil samples, making sure Lake Champlain is healthy. We have a real deal hospital on campus, which is really neat, the UVM Medical Center. It's the biggest hospital north of Boston in the country, level 1 trauma center. So if you're looking to do anything medicine related, got all your clinical training right on campus. And we are a big community place. I think Vermont on the whole, especially Burlington campus for sure, very community oriented place. And that really starts in the learning communities. So that's essentially when you're living on campus, you're living in a place where everybody around you is based on a common theme, a common interest. Every student indicates one of these interests here, and you're living with people who indicated the same, whether that's outdoors or sustainability or cultural crossroads. It's kind of a cool way to have some common ground right off the bat. And we do share a lot of common as a whole entire community here at UVM. Most important things are these 6 values that you see on the left: respect, integrity, innovation, openness, justice, and responsibility. We all sign a pledge to these values when we get here. We call it our common ground. And it's a really neat kind of ceremony at the start of every year. It happens at twilight. Everybody has a candle, and then we walk down Main Street into town. We're also really committed as a UVM kind of community to diversity, equity, and inclusion. It exists all throughout campus life. Some really cool resources, though, are the identity centers. So we have the Mosaic Center for Students of Color, the PRISM Center for the LGBTQIA+ community, the Interfaith Center, and the Women and Gender Equity Center. It's also important, though, that these values aren't carried alone by these centers. They're reflected everywhere in campus, especially in the education, with requirements of diversity courses for every student. Sustainability is another really big value of ours. That's a requirement for every student's UVM education. And then Burlington. I said I'd talk a little bit more about Burlington. Like I said, the food, the music, they're some of my favorite things. I think my personal favorite thing is to just be able to ride your bike for about 8 miles along the bike path on Lake Champlain with the Adirondacks kind of across the lake rising out of the water. You've got an airport nearby, so it's easy to get to. But the biggest thing in terms of being a college town is it's very, very walkable. Being a small city, you can get places just on foot, which is huge. Campus touches town, so you're right there. It feels like a really, really big part of the UVM experience. And you're in Vermont. We're in a place where I think this place kind of shapes you. Wherever you end up being, it decides kind of how you are, how you get to study. We have the mountains for skiing, for riding, for climbing, everything like that. Definitely something that students love. And we do have a very typical application process. I want you to know the big takeaways are that we are a very holistic reviewing application process. So you can do Common App, Coalition App. We have an early action deadline and a regular decision deadline, and you're automatically considered for any scholarships or financial aid when you apply. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, any of the counselors here at UVM, and enjoy the rest of your senior year. Thanks so much.
Very helpful. Thank you. Just another friendly reminder that if you have any questions at all, feel free to submit those using the Q&A button. Any questions at all about the college application process, or if you have any specific questions for any of our schools represented here tonight, we encourage you to include the school name. Our next representative is from Rowan University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jazz Marie Arce. I'm with Rowan University. We are also an OWL. We're actually called a prof or a professor. We started off as a teaching school way back in the day, so we are an L2. So I'm going to share my screen. Give me 1 second. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, all right, great. So as I mentioned, my name is Jazz Marie Arce. I'm one of the admissions counselors for Rowan University. Our main campus is in Glassboro. We are in New Jersey. We're in South Jersey. We do have satellite campuses as well, but the main campus is our biggest, and it's super close to Philadelphia. It's close to Washington, D.C., Maryland, Delaware. So we're in a fantastic location where you can go to different cities and states and get so many different internships, job opportunities, or just if you want to check out the different cities and see what they have to offer, hang out. We're in a great location. We do have additional campuses, as I mentioned. We do have a Camden campus in Camden, New Jersey. It's located in the University District. We have our tech park in the West Campus, which is in Mullica Hill, just a couple of blocks down from our main campus. A lot of our computer science students will go to the tech park to try out new technology, and a lot of companies will go to the tech park to try out their tech. So if you're a computer science student, that's a great opportunity for you to get some networking in there, to test out their products and see if they have any openings. We are associated with 2 medical schools. We're actually 1 out of 3 universities in the country that's associated with 2 med schools. We have the Cooper Medical School, which is our MD program in Camden. And then we have our DO program with the School of Osteopathic Medicine in Stratford. We do have shuttles that go to all of our different campuses entirely for free for our students. So if you do want to take classes at other campuses, you just hop on the shuttle and you can take your classes at other campuses. We do have a planetarium on our main campus. So if you're an earth science student and you're looking to study fossils, geology, different things like that, we do have tons of different resources. The planetarium, of course, we do own a fossil park. The fossil park's not on the campus. It's just 15 minutes away in Sewell. So we do have a shuttle that takes students there as well. We have found real fossils, and we just broke ground 3 days ago on our new Fossil Park Museum. We just opened about 2 months ago our new Discovery Hall building with all new classrooms, all new technology, specifically for our earth science students. So we always have innovations, different buildings are always popping up, and hopefully we get to take over South Jersey. But we do have a ton of different undergraduate programs. We have over 80 undergraduate programs alone, not including certificate programs or grad programs. Some of the more popular programs that we offer is our College of Business, so accounting, financing, entrepreneurship. We just opened up about 3 weeks ago a coffee shop in the business center that's entirely ran by students. So it's a good opportunity if you're interested to know what it's like to run your own business, to work at the coffee shop and get that one-on-one experience. We do have the College of Education. As I mentioned in the beginning, we started off as a teaching school way back in the day. So our College of Ed is very intricate. We do help our students take the praxis exam. We set you up with student teaching, and we have tons of different College of Ed majors. They can get very intricate the more you go into it. Another really popular program that we have is engineering. We're number 17 in the country for the best engineering programs. So if you are interested in engineering, you would need a 3.5 GPA. The rest of our majors require a 3.0 besides pre-med. Because we are associated with the 2 med schools, we do have a 7-year medical program that students can apply for if they're interested. That's the most competitive program that we offer. There's only 5 seats in our MD program and 5 seats in our DO program. So again, it is super competitive. We are a test optional school, but for pre-med, you do have to submit your test scores. All the other majors, including engineering, you can go test optional if you'd like. We do have a College of Performing Arts. The list goes on and on for the different majors that we offer. We have accelerated programs if you wanted to get a master's degree combined with your bachelor's. So if there's anything that you're interested in, definitely feel free to let me know, and I'm happy to give you more info. So I'm not going to go over all the different stats on the page, but we are a medium-sized campus. If you have visited campus or you plan to visit, it is going to feel big. It's just we have a lot of space, so we space things out. But we have roughly around 16,000 undergraduate students in total. Some of them are coming and going, some of them live on campus, but our average class size is 20 students. So the most I've seen in class is 25, but we like to keep them small so that students have that opportunity to have that one-on-one connection with the professor. You're not going to be overwhelmed in class. We do have study abroad options. We are on Common App, so whenever you're ready to apply, definitely fill out your Common App. As I mentioned, we're test optional. We do give merit scholarships, 1,000 to 10,000. We're a D3 school. Our tuition is $14,376 for the whole year, not including room and board. But definitely, if you feel like wanting to try out for the varsity teams, we are D3. We have tons of different clubs and organizations, always things happening on campus. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer anything. I am the North Jersey rep. So if you have any questions, let me know. And hopefully we can see you on campus. Thank you.
Great, thank you. The last representative, but certainly not least, is from the University of Cincinnati.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Andrea Prebles. I am stepping in for our regional representative. So I currently recruit for the state of Indiana, but if you want to find your admissions counselor, you can find that really easily on our website. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quickly and get started with the presentation. So it's a great day to be a Bearcat. We are the University of Cincinnati Bearcats. That is our mascot. And here on this slide, you can kind of get a sneak peek of campus here at the bottom. But we were founded in 1819, so we are just over 200 years old. We are the second largest public school in the state of Ohio. And so our enrollment is just around 47,000 students in total. On our main campus, the undergraduate student population is around 27,000 students. We do have over 400 degree programs, and so we have plenty of options for you as you are navigating this college search. And our student to teacher ratio, it did go up to 17:1. We just haven't updated all of our stats on our presentations yet. So it is 17:1. So for being a large institution, it's still pretty good that we have such a small student to teacher ratio. The average class size, 80% of our courses have fewer than 50 students in them. And so we try to keep them as small as we can at a university as large as we are, until we can give you that individualized type of experience. All right. I don't know what's going on. Okay, here we go. We do have tons of different student services available on our campus to make sure that every student, no matter what identity you identify yourself with, you have a place to go that is safe and supported. And so, of course, some of the ones like academic advising, the Learning Commons, which is like our free tutoring service, One Stop, which is the home of our financial aid, and the Experience-Based Learning and Career Education Center there at the bottom. Those are going to be things that pretty much every student uses every single year. But those in the middle there are really our identity-based offices and organizations on campus. Those offices are full of people who are really passionate about the work that they do. It's more than just a job for them. And so I really like to make sure I hone in on that. If you feel drawn to one of these, I always encourage our students to get out there and get involved. And if you feel like you just need a place to go and talk to somebody, these are the great places that you can go to do that. At UC, every single student, no matter what their major is, they are doing something on this slide. And so really depending on where you're at with your major is going to determine what type of experience you have outside of the classroom. One of the biggest points I want to touch on is that the University of Cincinnati is actually the founding place for cooperative education. And so co-op for us is full-time work experience directly related to your field. students who are a part of certain degree programs like engineering, business, and anything related to design, architecture, art, and planning. Those students are going to be doing these full-time co-op experiences with 3 to 5 semesters, working with a company full-time. So they're taking a break from classes and focusing strictly on this out of the classroom experience. On average, last year, students doing these co-op rotations earned about $10,500 per semester. And so that really cuts down on your tuition costs if you're wanting to spend your money there, which I always recommend. But that's just the biggest and most popular on our campus would be the co-op, along with internships as well. At UC, we value getting involved outside of the classroom a lot. And so we really like to plug the over 500 clubs and organizations that we have on our campus. The categories listed here on the screen are definitely the most general categories, but does not limit them by any means. And so if you are looking for something, there's a really good chance we have it, but if not, you can always create your own organization as well. Here on this slide, I'll also touch on that we are a Division I NCAA school. We recently got accepted into the Big 12, and so that's been huge for our football team. And the football team has really been on fire this year. I think we're ranked number 3 in the nation right now, and so we are on fire at UC, and we are so excited about that. So I wanted to make sure I, of course, plug that here. And then, of course, when you choose the University of Cincinnati, you're choosing the city of Cincinnati as well. And so it's a beautiful city. I've been here my whole life, so I might be a little biased, but we have a lot of great sporting events that you can attend. We just recently are building a brand new stadium for the FC Cincinnati soccer team, which has been really exciting for us. And then we actually have a Cincinnati Cyclones hockey team here. And so if you're really into hockey, believe it or not, you can come to Cincinnati and be involved in that and watch some of the games. They're really fun to go to. And then, of course, all of the other attractions that are within the greater Cincinnati area. My favorite on the list would definitely be Kings Island, which is one of the Cedar amusement parks that we have just about 30 minutes away from our campus. And then the Cincinnati Zoo is actually a 10-minute walk from the campus as well. And so that's really cool. Moving on to applying to UC, we are on the common application for our first-year students wanting to join us right out of high school. So once you fill that out, you'll just have to send us some form of transcript. This year, we are making it as easy as ever to apply to UC. All we need is either an official copy of your transcript from your guidance office, or you can self-report your grades this year, but you will need to send us the official one once you graduate. Test scores are completely optional, except for students interested in nursing or early childhood education. And so if you fall into either of those buckets, we will need a test score from you. But other than that, it truly is test optional. It's not a trick question. If you feel that your score is going to be an accurate representation of you as a student, send it in. If you're worried or have any anxiety about it, don't send it. It really is up to you and 100% optional. And then the last thing that we is completely optional is the letter of recommendation as well. We take 1 to 3, but by no means are you required to submit those. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to include a cute little picture of our Bearcat mascot. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to anyone on our team, and we're happy to help.
Awesome. Thank you. And what a great way to end. We've heard from so many great schools and so many great representatives. And so again, thank you to our representatives for being here, for all the great information. There's been some great questions coming in through the Q&A. And so we definitely encourage you to reach out directly if you have any other questions that come up later. Everyone here is here to help. So feel free to reach out directly. Again, we appreciate your time. We have now reached the conclusion of this session. As we close, there'll be a very quick 5-question survey that will appear on your browser. If you don't mind taking a moment to fill that out for us, your feedback is extremely helpful. And this session is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Middlesex. Again, thank you all and have a great night.